Three isn't a crowd. And so this is a general story about throuples. It's throuples, isn't it?
Throuples, yeah.
Throuple sounds like four. It's three people. And this is kicked off because David Hay has been pictured with Sian Osborne and Una Healy, and they're all sort of holding hands in some weird arrangement.
I think they've now said that they are a throuple.
Okay.
It's official, supposedly.
Yeah, and so, you know, the funny thing about this phenomenon is sort of, if it's a sort of lefty thing, it's like, oh, it's polyamory, and we're just...
Why do you have to bring in lefties?
No, well, it's just a convenient way of saying, and it's too hard to explain, like, I don't mean you. But if it's certain sections of society, there's like polyamory, but then weirdly, he's actually doing what people like Andrew Tate advocate. This is a sort of high-value man. David Hayes, sort of rich, he's in good shape, you know what I mean? He's doing well, he's famous, so he can just have lots of girlfriends. That's really what's happening here. But then they do go into other people, and they give other examples, and I've not heard of any of them. So apparently Jimmy Silver, Chacha Vavoom, and Summer Peltier are doing this, and I thought only one of those is even a human. I mean, the second one sounds like a vehicle, the third one sounds like a villa or sort of some light clothing. So I haven't heard of any of the rest of them. Apparently it's becoming very common, and it's just another weird part of our degenerate society.
Dan, I mean, this sort of ties into one of our earlier stories about the increase of the LGBTQIA+. This isn't, you know, some people would be in these polyamorous throuples and they would say, oh, I'm part of the queer community. Now, but of course they're not. They're just someone with...
No,
they're straight with two girlfriends or a girlfriend.
It's just someone being a little bit greedy, isn't it? Having a little bit of fun. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I think you know, recreationally, this can work. Recreationally, I've heard it can be good fun. But relationships, I think it could be tricky. I mean, say for instance, you've got two girlfriends or two wives or you got twice the anniversaries, you got to get twice the amount of presents, didn't you? You got to decide what to watch and you got between three of you deciding what to watch and what to eat. I mean, it's a nightmare in my house as it is. So
yeah,
it's interesting what Dan said is
multiple screens,
because it is always a guy with two women.
Yeah,
and that's the thing that is. Are we really talking about the increase in genuine throuples? You would think there would be more, or is it blokes basically being greedy and getting away with it?
I think it's to do with this Pareto distribution of the dating marketplace. So a few men at the top, so to speak, like David Hay can do it, and the majority of men can't do this. And so they're just accumulating all the women, and it kind of like the 1% accumulates all the wealth. That's what I think is going on.